Got us a Christina as a feral dude. We got us a soul survivor, an undead dude. This man is just way past due date and he's still ticking. As an arms warrior too, that's quite good. Got us a Swain, and we got ourselves, what do they call him? Churog? Looks like Soul Survivor is going to be first up versus Kreisbat. Oh no, the arms warrior having to charge in immediately. Going to be a gateway set up for Kreisbat. He can bail away from Soul Survivor if he needs to. Going to be the Blade Storm. He's going to walk out of the Bonds of Fel with a defensive stance that I think he probably reflect on just to maybe reduce the damage of it. Into a big old stun, massive ancient aftershock by Soul Survivor. Not a lot of health left though. Parry up and running, but looks like he's going to melt. To Kreisbat himself. Onto Kreisbat, we got ourselves Ant, we got ourselves G-Funk. And that team also got Kajix and Vin Laden. It looks like Kreisbat is off the bat. Swain gonna be next versus Kreisbat. Getting some sweet revenge. Haunting himself on a reflect though. Oh, that is super unfortunate, my friend. Into a fear right after. Kreisbat is just getting himself a free stun. Swain popping off wings, taking lots of damage though. Shield of Vengeance is not going to be enough to hold him off. Got some popcorn at the very least. As his watcher cries, but actually able to play the game while he can't really play the game. He's just literally just having to get pelted on by Kreisbat. Big drain available for Cry with a mortal call onto Swain. Swain popping on bubble, so actually activating that immunity really early. Kreisbat does not set up a gateway to go upwards, rather he stays below. Actually Venthyr. So Swain, I thought he was curing for some reason, but he's actually Venthyr. Interesting choice. Is he going to use that Venthyr ability? Because it actually does a lot of healing. Big defensive getting used right now with the Guardian's Language, trying to get himself as many water glows as possible. Shackles and Malediction going to be stacking. And Swain not going to be able to get a lot of healing off it. Actually, necrotic out. Whoa, wait, hold on. Not recovered completely, but looked like he was able to fight through the necrotics. He actually did enough healing himself for Word of Glory to overcome the necrotics and continue recovering health little by little. Kreisbat is poking in and out. Just hitting him with Instacast is going to hit him with a Mortal Call Fear. Good setup for a Bonza film, maybe even a Chaos Bolt. That's probably exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, it's going to be Swain needs any kind of healing he can get. Any survivability he can get as Instacast for Kreisbat is just going to lock him down. And Churog is going to be up next. I don't know how to say his name in Russian, so we're just going to call him Churog just for the fun of it. You know what I mean? Kreisbat looking for a Shadow Fear around the corner. It does land it with a Fear onto Churog. And looks like the Fear isn't really taking him super far. It just kind of keeps him in place for the most part. Really setting up a Demonic Gateway way above, trying to create that a bit of that Z-axis. And Churog got himself plenty of a competitor to fight against now. With the Warlock that is able to create Z-axis, it's going to be pretty hard catching him, honestly. It's actually going to be kind of hard catching him up. It's going to be Succubus on the side, looking to charge at Churog as Kreisbat tried to stay away. It's going to go for a port, trying to make sure there's enough distance between him and the Paladin. So when he's going for damage, the Paladin's actually having to run all the way to Kreisbat. Not the other way around if Kreisbat is getting over there. Big Succubus you see on the side. Kreisbat making sure he goes as far range as he can. And Churog does not have a line of sight pillar to deal with any of the damage coming out. Gonna be a Cataclysm with a Chaos Bolt. Lots of freebie damage coming out for Kreisbat. Look at him just instant casting. He actually doesn't even do anything, just instant casting. And Churog does at least remove the magic effects with Judgments. Big blind on Kreisbat. Trick inside of it is going to be served for big damage coming out for Churog. And big port available for Kreisbat. Just hits him with a slow, no hand of freedom. And the Paladin is just grinded to a complete halt. Has wings, has Seraphim, wants to make it do something. You might as well turn attention onto the pet, start building holy power in any way you can. And the Succubus sneaking up behind him, seducing him from the back. Stop the man in his pace, as it's going to be a full burst out of Kreisbat, everything but the Inferno coming down onto Churog. As he got himself Shield of Vengeance, not walking out of the Bonza Fel to take extra freebie damage. He's continuing to heal himself with Lord of Gold. He's going to get a stun on Succubus, but not going to need a Succubus seduction anytime soon. Kreisbat letting a stun onto the Paladin and just continue to hit him with whatever cast he's got. Mordecai running him in the other direction, but Paladin so far hasn't cracked. So far, he's getting blasted quite a bit, but he is maintaining himself, recovering health. He needs a lot more holy power. He is actually a little bit more careful of the pet. He is going to generate holy power off the pet if that's nearby. But with Kreisbat just not giving the guy any opportunity to even get it close. He always hits him with slows. Hits him with some of the strongest slows. It's constant slows that you can't really remove unless you have a Hand of Freedom up and running. And then you got so much range where you just keep fearing them in the opposite direction. Or if the paladin ever gets close, you got ports, you got a gateway. Is there any way for this paladin to reach him? Like the paladin, I think the best idea he can do is to find a way just to catch Kreisbad in the bad spot, lock him down with a full setup. And then he'll be in a good spot. Shackles and Malediction actually reflected back to himself. I did not know you could reflect Shackles. Kreisbad actually turning the Shackles around onto the Paladin. Finally, Paladin able to get some damage. And Big Kismet's getting him critically low, but looks like he's still recovering. Bonza fell. It's going to kind of stick him in one spot. He can't really go anywhere. He's going to throw a judgment on Kreisbad to hopefully dispel Bonza fell. Unable to quite really do that. So far, Kreisbad has just played this man like a fiddle. That reflect on Gladiator's medallion or Gladiator's Malediction trinket. The Chain of Malediction. That's actually a pro move. I didn't know you could reflect it. Do you reflect the channel? Or do you reflect like the very start of the cast? That's actually insane. Actually insane. Oh my god, Warlocks are disgustingly good right now. And Kreisbad is having some fun with it. Big Hodge coming in. Looks like Shuraga is gonna bubble and try to make the biggest damage happen. Blood into Kreisbad, finally able to get some damage in. Most holy power damage you can do right now. Kreisbad might want to go for a port immediately. Mortal onto Shuraga into a fear immediately. And looks like this was Shurag's opportunity to get some damage in, but the wall with Kreisbad just prevented a lot of the damage. Interrupted him on the Shadow in order to prevent the Shadow Fury. Looks like Bonzafeld is gonna break as he has Shield of Vengeance up. Looks like Shield is not going to pop next to Kreisbad. And the Warlock is going to drop down Infernal onto Shurag with the stun to follow and a big damage Chaos Bolt right after. Once you get full dodge, full damage up and running, Bop available for Shurag, at least able to prevent some of the melee damage from the pets. But that Chaos Bolt does not stop, dude. That Chaos Bolt cannot be stopped. Oh my goodness, boys. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. No, he did not, dude. He did not. Oh man. Well, Kreisbad taking him out. Christina is gonna have to be up next. Apparently Kreisbad is 237. That's a pretty high item level. I'm at 235 on my rogue right now. Big fears onto Christina. He's gonna put him in the corner with a Bonzafell and a Cataclysm right after him. And it looks like Christina's just gonna have to take that damage, trying to see if we can walk out of Bonzafell. Taking a bit of damage in the opener, and Kreisbad not walking into the Tiger's Den, dude. He knows there's a rogue in there, there's a feral in there, there's a boomkin in there. He's not even walking in, dude. That's a whole zoo over there. Also, why the hell is Kajix over there, actually? Kajix is hanging out with Christina's team. Just hanging out with them. Skull Bash on Kreisbad. This could be really bad for him. He's gonna get himself a big old gateway. Convoke him now for Christina. Looks like he is playing that short Convoke, so it's only a minute CD on that one. Better be using that one as often as possible. That's gonna be a big old port for Kreisbad, juking away from Christina with the port. As Christina is still in the chase. Mortal Coil in mid-air is going to get hit with the fear mid-air. Just continue just to bounce across the air. As Kreisbad got him slowly dotted up, there's going to be a bar skin available for Christina. Trying to create some line of sight from Kreisbad, but trying not to break the Bonzafell with the Shadow Fury afterwards. Chaos Bolt onto a Feral without a bar skin. Fear, another Chaos Bolt. Could be the end right here with a Cataclysm follow. Christina does go for a big Swift Man. It does recover a lot of health, preventing the Chaos Bolt blast to be super deadly. And it's going to be Ursos on the opposite side. Kreisbad so far has had himself a hell of a game versus Christina. Definitely a hell of a game, dude. Actually just blasting these boys out of here. Christina needs to get himself a full-blown Convoke if he wants to have a chance, I think. He needs to. Bonzafell missing Christina so he can actually just walk at Kreisbad. And as long as he doesn't have any ways to prevent the Convoke, he'll be in a great spot. Kreisbad is trying to create some distance by fearing Christina all the way to the opposite side of the arena. Christina creating some line of sight. Going to be Cataclysm around the corner. Should be able to hit him. Thorns available for that pet. Leaping on top of Kreisbad. Does he go for the big old stun? He might need to go for a stun. Bash is available. Does he have a go? It's going to maim onto the secondary pet so he cannot be interrupted on Convoke. Wall available for Kreisbad. Wait, Christina might actually turn this around. Big damage to Kreisbad with the Shackles Malediction. Reflect down for Kreisbad. Reflecting a lot of the necrotics back to Christina. And Christina is the one who could be in trouble. Big old Chaos Bolt trick inside of it. Kreisbad is super low on health. Big old gateway up and ready. Christina looking to charge in. Wall is available. And that's our Ursos to hopefully keep Kreisbad in place. Kreisbad did not drop down there at all. I think Kreisbad still has a big old port. Maim short onto Kreisbad, has the Shackles and Malediction onto Christina himself. Mortal Coil onto the Feral. Does he have the Nessus Castle? Looks like Kreisbad does turn it back around. Almost just a hair away. Christina had him pinned. But looks like Kreisbed returns for vengeance and glory. Oh my goodness, boys. Actually nuts. And Kreisbed looks like he actually might just be able to get Star Surge to death with Broton up next as a Necrolord booming. Actually, the damage they do with this Necrolords is actually quite good. So broken? You think so? You think Kreisbed is broken? Dude, Warlocks are pretty good, aren't they? Big old Fury of a Loon reflectors off for Kreisbed with silence. Does not get interrupted, but is going to be silenced while setting inside of that solar beam. Let's go to Broton, try to see if he can flap over to Kreisbed, try to see if he can catch up back to him. If he's able to catch up and just get a couple Star Surges, or even just dots with a full swarm, he'll be in a great spot. Barks gets up for Broton as a Fury comes out. It's going to be a Shadow Fury into a Soul Rod into a Bonds of Fel. Broton just needs to get some dots, and Kreisbed is going to go for a bit of a flap to grab himself a little bit extra distance. Kreisbed looking to chase him with some instant cast. It looks like he actually gets him down. Oh my god, wait, did everybody get to play on that team too? I think somebody didn't get a chance to play, did they? No, everybody got to play. Big old 1v5 by Kreisbed again, dude. Wow. Can the Warlocks be stopped? Is Destro just the most OP spec in the game now, boys? I guess I'll find out in the next few duels, dude. That was actually amazing. That was impressive. I like that.